new journal and guide. Subscribe today.
We're pleased today to also have Mayor John Marks with us, who practices law with his son at Marks & Marks LLC. So he certainly brings many skills to the table. And certainly based on a very distinguished law career, which it would take us to 4 o'clock to share all of that with you. We're so pleased to have him here, and we had the opportunity in preparation for this to take a look at the Tallahassee budget, and it's amazing how they've been able to focus on core services in economic development in 3 key areas. So we certainly want to hear from him, Mr. Marks, Mayor Marks, if you could give us an opening statement, please.
Well, thank you very much. It really is an honor and a pleasure for me to be here. And by the way, my name really is Bobby Scott. It really is an honor and a pleasure for me to be here. First of all, I like your opening comment when you talk about the city of Tallahassee and the fact that we have done a very good job there, but it's all not because of me, but because of a woman who has been a part of this organization for many, many years, and I want to recognize her, and that's Anita Favors Thompson. We have done a real good job in the city of Tallahassee, but I like to focus on a perspective from all local governments. And I think the way to do this is, let me give you a few statistics that really impact local governments. The catalog of federal domestic assistance indicates that the total number of federal assistance programs is over 2,000 federal assistance programs. The Census Bureau indicates that the federal government spends over $650 billion annually on aid to states. That makes it the 3rd largest item in the federal budget behind Social Security and defense. The federal aid to cities has supplanted sales, property, and income tax as the biggest source of revenue for state and local governments across the country. Understand what that means. You know what that means is now local governments are more dependent on the federal largesse, if you will, than they ever have been before. So we have a significant stake in what the federal government does in terms of attempting to balance the budget. We're fighting for CDBG, we're fighting for home funding, Pell Grants, we're fighting for all those things because they are so important for us at this point. Basic services for our citizens are being impacted by these kinds of statistics. So we're very careful, honestly, at the local level. We're very careful at the local level to ensure that our budgets are balanced. We are required for the most part to balance our budgets. And I guess from a local perspective, the question is, why can't the federal government do the same thing? What is wrong or what is broken in Washington, D.C. that indicates that they cannot get a handle on this federal budget and balance it because it impacts local government so significantly, as I indicated. Unless they get a handle on these programs that I was just talking about, CDBG, Pell Grants, and all those things, they're going to be in jeopardy. They're in jeopardy now. But if we keep on down this road, they're going to be more seriously affected in the future. So we at the local level, we have to begin to put the kind of pressure on our government colleagues at the federal level to do the right thing without impairing the services. Now we have cut, I think I can probably say this for most local governments, we've cut jobs, we've reduced services. All of us, and I don't know very many local governments who haven't done that in order to maintain and balance our budgets. And we have done it without significantly reducing service. At least we've done it in the city of Tallahassee. And right now, I can mention one thing that I'm really very proud of is the fact, pensions are very significant parts of anybody's budget. I think the statistic indicates that over the next 30 years, the United States will spend some $2.73 trillion over the next 30 years on pension funds. And local governments are currently suffering. They have to do something about that, and unless the federal government their part, it's going to be difficult for those citizens that are suffering under these pension crunches to do their job. I'm happy to say, and I'll brag about this, and my city manager, my pension fund, our pension fund is quite frankly overfunded, which is a rarity. Overfunded. As a matter of fact, we got a law in the state of Florida which requires us to continue to fund it, notwithstanding the fact it's overfunded. We're trying to get rid of that law, of course. It would make absolutely no sense for us to continue to spend millions of dollars in pension funds when we're overfunded and we can adjust it in some other fashion. So those are the kinds of things at the local level that we have to be mindful of, and I will attempt to address these things at the local level. Thank you very much. Thank you.
This production has been brought to you by Image Entertainment.